teammates. So if he's lacking in one area, I'll be able to help him with somebody else. Not saying he is, but we able to lean on each other, and we got full faith in him to make the calls and the checks that we need him to make.
Tim, what's the Iron Bowl mean to you, being from the state and obviously going into it with a good record?
Well, growing up, it was family was divided, but mostly my family there was Alabama, of course. But it's definitely like one of those games where they ask you your record about how many times you won against them and all that good stuff. So it's definitely a big deal in my family.
What was your memory from last year's game?
Of course, grave digger, that winning in the last moment. That was my first in-game kind of like Hail Mary ever too. So it was always nice to see that.
You said your house was divided. Were you ever divided, or was it all Alabama all the way through?
It was Alabama all the way through. It was, to be honest, it was a time where I did like Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Just a fan of Cam Newton, but other than that, yeah, it was full roll tide. Thinking from as soon as I can walk to, of course, now.
So is there a moment, maybe not a play, maybe not a game, but for someone who's never experienced the Iron Bowl, is there something that okay, this is exactly what it's going to be like for you?
Oh yeah, I feel like the Iron Bowl is the pivotal moment for college football. Especially down here in Alabama, this is bigger than kind of what they call gang violence, pretty much. Because football religion down here in the South, especially in Alabama, so that Alabama and Auburn, it brings some oomph to it when it's presented to the table.
As a leader, how are you communicating the importance to the rest of the roster?
Just staying focused, just trying to make sure I lead by example. Don't tell anyone anything that I wouldn't do, and just pretty much just come to work every day, just give my best.
So with that, Tim, with one game left on the schedule, basically really tomorrow, nobody really knows what's after Auburn. What's just the mindset in the locker room, just from the guys, the team, coaches, anything of that? What are you guys just trying to reiterate to each other just going into this last week of the regular season?
Hey, this week is Auburn week, so we locked in on this week. And another thing, faith is the substance of things hoped for and evidence of things not seen. So just keep working like it's already there. Just come to work every day like you finna go to the championship or about to go, or anything like that. But just come to work and don't have any let off because of situation may seem or whatnot. Because it's 12-team playoff, you may never know what's going on. But just having that mindset of we got to get it done.
So with how big the Iron Bowl rivalry is, are you surprised by the talk that you've heard that Auburn's talked about you guys?
I wouldn't say I'm surprised, but when teams done talk before, they done had this and that to say. Auburn's a good team, and we just preparing for them the best way we can.
Do you think Ryan Williams is a big-time player?
I definitely think Ryan Williams is a big-time player. I think that's the best 17-year-old I ever seen, Ryan Williams. I'm a big fan of Ryan Williams. The plays he done made, the things, his impact, just his influence. Ryan Williams is probably the biggest star to me ever.
How hard was it for you coming in as a true freshman? Obviously Ryan Williams is 17 years old. Going back to when you were 17, how far away were you?
Oh, yeah. Me and Ryan in two different categories. He's a 70-year-old wide receiver. I was a 70-year-old still in high school, man. I'm still trying to go to Chick-fil-A after school. So that's how difference is. He got to catch pass from Milrow. I got to worry about this homework. Got to turn in for chemistry or whatever.
When you got to Alabama, though, first year, first practice, first fall, how did you have a kind of a welcome to the SEC kind of moment or anything like that?
Oh yeah, especially that first saving fall camp. Oh yeah, that was a good roll tide. That was a good, welcome to SEC ball, just by how he runs things, and it was just a whole experience under him.
Who was the offensive lineman that maybe buried you and proved to you this is a different level in practice?
Buried me. I ain't never just necessarily got buried, but in my first couple years, definitely Evan Neal. He helped me a lot, especially he taught me how to sit down on them double teams for sure. And then, of course, all those guys, and then J.C. Latham and those type of people, man. Just being able to play the run like that and having that type of look to help me to become the player I am today was always good.
Was Evan Neal still playing guard when you got here, or had he moved to tackle by then?
That's when he moved to tackle. That's when I saw a 6'8", you know, 330 football player winding up his back leg finna come try to knock my block off. So I definitely was prepared for that. But yeah, that's when he had moved out to tackle.
Is he the best offensive lineman you've seen at Alabama?
Yeah, it's been a lot of great ones, but in my time, yeah, he's definitely one of the best.
A couple more for Tim. How important is it for you guys? And sorry if you've been asked this already. You've got the streak going against Auburn, just to maintain that, you know, and just keep that going, knowing you leave here not having lost to the R Triangle.
Yeah, Auburn is definitely like the Iron Bowl is definitely a big game that everyone talks about, especially an in-state game. For me being from the state of Alabama, it means a lot. And then it's just the next game too. So no one ever goes into a game wanting to lose. So, you know, my plan is to win and, you know, keep the streak alive.
How have you seen the team respond to the results past weekend?
Of course, you know, we just went back to the drawing board, see the things that we can do better. Got with our coaches and just we out at practice trying to, you know, fix everything that's going on, execute the plan better, and just, you know, be a sponge to any knowledge.
All right, thank y'all.